Star, you've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of some of the most prominent guests, leaders, all types of individuals on The View. Could you share one or two of your secrets of who you found the most fascinating, and actually, separately, who you found the most disappointing and why?
Wow. Oh, out of all the people. Well, I told you, I shared with you guys earlier that one of my fantasies had been to meet Diana Ross. And you know how when you're young, you have this built-up version of what the person is supposed to be? And in my mind, she was this African-American woman who had been raised in a housing project, who along with her girlfriends had put together this singing group and become the icon that is Diana Ross. And I thought to myself, this is a path that I'd like to one day be able to say, I, who was born in a little town in North Carolina, raised in a housing project in New Jersey, decided that I was going to step out of the box that the world wanted to put me in. And so I had this affinity towards Diana Ross. And I got a little scared because, you know, I built it up in my mind. And then I found out that her birthday is 2 days later than mine. You know, it's a very strange thing. I don't know what was going on 9 months earlier, but my birthday is the 24th, Aretha's the 25th, and Diana Ross is the 26th. So something clearly was going on 9 months earlier that made everybody get their groove on. So, but anyway, Diana, she was scheduled to come on The View. And if you watched during the time that I was one of the co-hosts, you knew if it was somebody I was really interested in, I was giddy and I would talk about it and I would really promote it. And so I had been talking about it. And I got a note from Miss Ross's manager that she'd love to meet me before. Well, baby, I got to go and meet Diana Ross. And then she decided we were going to go have dinner together, and it wasn't going to be some publicity thing. We were just going to go and sit and chat. Next thing you know, the next year she invited me to her birthday party. I invited her to my birthday party. I got to go up to the house in Connecticut and meet all 3 ex-husbands. It was a trip. I felt like family, like this was my sister. And I can tell you, she was everything that I had built up in my mind. And I love to tell that story because you rarely hear people just glow about somebody who really treated you well. And she was my fantasy. Everything that I thought she was actually all of that kindness and more. As a small aside, unrelated, but I do feel like I want to share this with you because you all know this name, Tom Cruise. I can tell you of all of the celebrities who have ever been on The View, all of them, including every single male and female politician, lecturer, author, whatever, there is no one who, like Tom Cruise, knows how to be kind to his audience. Tom Cruise spends every second that he is not on camera shaking hands, meeting people, taking photographs, asking about people's children, letting them ask about his family. I have never seen someone who really appreciated the kindness of the fans who have made him as famous as Tom Cruise. And if other people acted in that manner, I think we'd all be much better in terms of what our celebrity is.
How about most disappointing, if you could share, if you're comfortable?
Wow.
We want the juice, Star.
Most disappointing. Well, the only person that I absolutely did not get along with on the show was Kathy Griffin. I didn't like her then, and I don't like her now. I didn't like her. Politically, what's the man's name that used to work for Clinton and then he's now decided that he's going to do everything anti-democratic? Dick Morris. Dick Morris, I literally felt like I needed a shower after he sat next to me on the chair. I just found everything about him sleazy. And he knew it. And my mom actually yelled at me about something I did on television, because if you'll remember, we had this couch and my seat was always to the right of the guest on the couch. And you could tell if I didn't like somebody, because I would move my body and give them what the kids now call the side eye. So I looked at, it's very dark in here, so you can't really appreciate what a Star Jones side eye is. But if I were to give you the side eye,
it ain't good.
That's what I did